I first became really passionate and interested. Well, to be honest, I've always been interested in learning and in spirituality in general. But I really took it seriously when I got to college. And ever since then, it's been about 15 years now that I've been really traveling the world looking for wisdom, for truth. And I've had the great opportunity to study with some of the greatest spiritual masters currently alive on this planet. I've had the opportunity to study with spiritual masters that most people never ever have a chance to meet. People that are, you can say almost in a sense, hidden from the world and who are carriers of ancient traditional knowledge. I've basically been on the path for over 15 years now, and I've learned a lot. That included almost a period of almost 9 years in an area where I was, for the most part, cut off from the rest of the world and really just in the close company of a spiritual teacher. And I began to feel, and it became clear to me that it was time now to be able to come back and take some of this information, take some of this knowledge and learning back to the world. It became clear to me that it was time to help make this information and teachings available to other people as well. I think religion is a double-edged sword, and hopefully I can try to explain that. There was a great movie that came out recently, The Book of Eli, and it shows how religion can be a powerful force for good, or at the same time it can be misused and be really a powerful tool for evil. And in this movie, it showed the struggle of a human being who is attempting to stay true to the path in light of all of the manipulation and the abuse that people typically, attempt to basically use religion as a tool for power. Sometimes it's even unconscious. But in any case, I'd like to go back and maybe kind of suggest a bit of a paradigm shift. What we're trying to do through the Spiritual Excellence Program is bring people back to a place or to a point before, dare I say, before religions were even formed. What I mean by that is when Jesus was teaching, or when the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was teaching, or when Buddha was teaching, there was no codified or structured religion at that time. These things were codified and structured afterwards to help preserve the essence of the religion. What ultimately happened was the forms of the religion were preserved, but the essence oftentimes was lost. And what we're trying to do with this program is really bring people back to the source of spirituality, the source of spiritual teaching, to the essence of the spiritual teaching, and really help them understand and connect with what the masters originally intended and taught. I don't believe personally that any spiritual teacher came to create a religion so that people can sort of just assume that identity for themselves and that would be it. Sort of like a chosen club or a group of elite people that have simply just by virtue of being part of that group are now saved. I think every spiritual teacher that graced this planet came with a purpose of educating and enlightening people on how to walk and live the path. And really what we're trying to do through this program is bring people back to that understanding that religion or spirituality is not an end in itself, but it's a living path. It's a path that needs to be walked and traveled. And ultimately, it's supposed to take a person to a destination beyond itself. A lot of times, religion becomes an end in itself. And, we fall into this trap of just simply identifying with a religion and not really benefiting from its spiritual teachings.